What's up, guys? So listen, it's time for an update on the Auburn Fishing Team saga, and I think they got it right.
Look at that tank!
Oh, yeah. All right, so look, I'm going to make this video as short and as concise as I possibly can. All right. A lot of you called out in the last video that I didn't really get into what the team did wrong. And you are 100% right. So I'm going to acknowledge that now, but I'm going to say that that wasn't the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video was not to get into whether or not they did anything right or wrong. And it's my fault because I assumed that everybody knew that they had to do something wrong, but I should have clarified that and I should have provided a little bit more background information. But here's the deal. They were 100% wrong in that they didn't have permission. They traveled when they were told not to, but there are, two sides of every story. So there's some extenuating circumstances. But here's what I'm here to report, and here's what I'm super happy to share with you guys. I think they got it right. And what I mean by that is there was a meeting. Logan Parks, the president of Auburn's Fishing Club, I got to talk to him yesterday before he went into the meeting. He had a lot of anxiety. He was he was torn on where he fell on the whole thing. I will say one of the things that was impressive about that young man is his plan was to go into that meeting, accept responsibility, fall on the sword, and say, as the president, I'm responsible. Nobody else should be held accountable. And so I want to reiterate that I was never saying that they didn't do anything wrong. I was saying that there was a disproportionate application of discipline and that the entire team shouldn't be suspended, and that I thought the overall suspension was too harsh for what they did anyway. So two things. One, I never said what they did was right. Two, I never said they didn't do anything wrong. And again, three, I should have been more forthcoming with what they did. They traveled under and represented the team when they shouldn't have. That being said, the university should have done a better job of actually putting them on probation, had them signing it. They should have gone to a hearing to be put on probation, but with COVID, I kind of get it. School was out, so a lot of the kids felt like, well, school's out. They've sent us home, so even though we're going fishing, we're not really representing the school because we're fishing unaffiliated. So again, there was a lot of gray area, which is why I think it's awesome that the team leadership got together. They prepared themselves. They gathered the data. The university staff, in particular, Dr. Woodard, was very interested in hearing them out. Was that a part of the public pressure? I don't know. Would they have been given the benefit of the doubt anyway? I don't know. All I can say is I love the fact that in some small way, shape, form, or fashion, instead of going after cancel culture, we were able to bring a topic out. We were able to hear both sides. There was some opinions that were very, all the way to this extreme and all the way to that extreme. But the leadership of a fishing club and the leadership of the university got together and they made what I think is the right decision. The team is suspended until August 22nd, which means they're going to miss two major events. And then after that, their plan is to resume fishing and basically drop the hammer and go after another national championship. So again, they did get punished. They are being held accountable. I'm super proud of the fact that Logan, who I've worked with substantially getting advice on this college kayak fishing series, has been, super professional going through this thing. I think that he's been stand up, admitted what they did wrong when they did something wrong, willing to accept responsibility for it, and not wanting his teammates to be held responsible for, poor decisions that he made. That's what a leader does. At the same time, I got to say that the Auburn staff, being willing and open to hearing them out, being willing to even go back on their own decision, which we don't have a lot of these days. A lot of times these days, people make a decision, but they dig their heels in because they want to justify their position or they don't want to look a certain way. So I want to commend the Auburn University staff. I want to thank Dave Mercer, Yak Pack Outdoors, Jordan and Matt Lee, Randy and Robin Howell, all the folks that grabbed this content and pushed it forward Scott Hughes from Real Tree Fishing, who took this up and said, let's do this in a professional way. So it's not unprofessional. Let's go about this the right way, in a professional way, in a systematic way, to where, you know, justice or fairness is done. And I think that Auburn got it right. I think that they could have got it more right from the get-go. That being said, it's all water under the bridge. And it's just like in a sales meeting. Once you've got the sale, you don't keep selling. There's no need to keep talking about, you know, what could have been done better when the outcome was a positive one. I think every university program out there and every university club out there can take a lesson from this. And that was all that I ever hoped would come from it, other than Auburn getting the ability to fish again so they can fish. I think college fishing is going to have more awareness of better ways to handle this moving forward. And I think that the dialogue getting started is healthy for all of us. And I'm proud to be an angler right now. I'm proud that our community came together without burning somebody's house down, without having anything crazy. Good, common sense discussions solve the problem so they can fish. Thank you all for all your awesome support, your amazing comments, sharing the video. And y'all do me a favor and go follow the Auburn Bass Fishing Club on Instagram, and follow any of the college programs. We're launching the high school program here relatively soon, so stay tuned for details for that. I'll be putting the link in the description box. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, please consider joining KBF, because we're using those membership funds to create awesome opportunities for high school anglers, college anglers, and opportunities for kayak anglers across the country. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love y'all. See you in the next video.